This game will most likely be the best JRPG of the decade. Let me explain why I think this game is going to change the entire JRPG industry, and for the better. So the HD-2D designs have been around for a few years now, and they've seen some relative success. The other part of this is that the story behind Dragon Quest III is unmatched. You see, growing up, I wasn't allowed to play Pokemon. I had a Game Boy Color, but I wasn't allowed to play Pokemon. So it was like, why do I even have it, right? I had cousins who were playing Pokemon. I had friends that were playing Pokemon. Don't ask me why.
Pokemon. Pocket Monster. The Spiral. And it stands for what? Male fertility. It's supposed to be able to mesmerize and hypnotize its enemies. This character over here is called Mewtwo. Every time that you see Mewtwo, he's in this pose. 3 fingers. It means Hail Satan.
So I, growing up, I would bring my Game Boy Color to church. My friend brought a box that had, it looked like Dragon Ball Z characters on it, and I absolutely fell in love with the art style. I was like, oh man, this is kind of like a Dragon Ball Z game.
Then something just snapped. Something inside of me.
That game that my friend had, and it was called Dragon Warrior 3 on the Game Boy Color. I remember opening the game for Christmas, pulling it up, and opening the box, reading the back of the box. It had the fighter character there. Absolutely love that. Open it up, the manual is in there, and the map. The art style in the manual, the full-size poster map was absolutely amazing. No, I don't have it in this one because it's hard to find those things now. I put it into my Game Boy Color, and I was greeted with a questionnaire to kind of understand what kind of personality my hero would have. I remember reading the questions out loud on Christmas Day to my family, and my dad sarcastically saying, "What's it going to ask you next? Your social security number?"
Got him! Got him!
After playing it for a few minutes, I realized the amount of customization in this game was absolutely unparalleled with any game I've ever played up to that point in time. You see, every JRPG I played up till then had a set group of characters that join your party, and you may or may not have a good story for them, and you may or may not like them. So the amount of customization was absolutely phenomenal. I absolutely think that it was a game changer, relatively speaking. You had different classes, mini medals, and mini games, a recipe for me to just sink a crap ton of hours into this game. And that's exactly what I did. I remember taking characters, finishing the game with a set group of characters in my party, and then switching it up and trying to do some goofy stuff, like I would go all sages or something like that, which going all sages is actually OP, by the way. Prove me wrong. See, flash forward a couple of decades later, and I've yet to find a game that really matches up to what Dragon Quest III was for me. This game has led me to develop a love for the series that I pretty much played every single mainline game and pretty much every single spin-off game, even ones that are in Japanese. And yes, I have played Dragon Quest X. I have an English patch for it. If you want to know about it, just ask me in the comments. I'll leave you a link. I've also played every single Dragon Warrior 3 release that came to the US, like your mobile port and the Switch port that just recently came out. I also have an unofficial Super Nintendo version that has English built into it. That being said, Dragon Quest III is absolutely my favorite game ever made. So I've been following this game since the announcement in 2021. I did a live stream on one of my other channels watching the Dragon Quest Day announcement, and I was blown away. I was so excited when I saw that they released the official teaser trailer for Dragon Quest III HD-2D Remake. As a matter of fact, I was almost more excited about that than I was the 12-second title teaser trailer for Dragon Quest 12. That's really tough to say. Try saying that fast. And since then, from what I've learned, we're getting a couple of quality of life upgrades, not to mention the graphical upgrade that looks absolutely stunning. I love Octopath Traveler. I love Live Alive. Anyway, regardless, I like the design of the HD 2D. One of those quality of life updates is, yes, they added a new class called the Monster Wrangler. They have made some quality of life updates when it comes to the monster arena as well, where when you wrangle these monsters, you can send them back to their arena and fight for you in the monster arena, which I think is freaking awesome. You can also set command statuses for the monsters too. You can't actually do like attack skill or whatever, but you can tell them how to fight wisely, use no MP, all out, that kind of thing. Of course, with every great game, there's been some negative feedback so far with them removing gender. I'm not 100% sure why they did that. I don't know why they went from body type A, body type B. Whatever the case is, I don't really care. I'm still going to play the crap out of this game. Needless to say, I'm super hyped about this game, and I think you should be too. This game releases in November 2024. November the 14th, 2024 to be exact. I will be doing live streams of this game. I will be doing walkthroughs of this game. And I will be doing Let's Plays of this game. We're going to review it. And I'm going to let you right now. I'm going to spoil it for you. Yes, it's probably going to be worth you buying. Even if it wasn't anything different from this or this, it's still going to be worth you buying because it's an amazing game. If you haven't played Dragon Quest 3 or Dragon Warrior 3, this is your time to play it. This is where you fall in love with Dragon Quest. So let me ask you this. What are you most excited about this game? And are you going to be picking this game up? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know. Stay tuned for more Dragon Quest videos. We're going to be making a lot more Dragon Quest content. So make sure you hit that like button if you love Dragon Quest, or even if you don't. And make sure you subscribe if you love Dragon Quest, or even if you don't, because I'm doing a lot more content, based on other things too. So thank you all, and I'll catch you in the next one.